It's okay not to feel okay. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. We go through a lot in our lives that might make us emotional, that might make us feel sad, but that is okay. Loss, grief, the feeling of being overwhelmed due to stressful situations are all normal, and you don't need to feel bad if they make you feel down in the dumps. Today, I'm going through a few Roblox games that tackle sad themes to hopefully show you how these feelings are normal and everyone goes through them. The first game I want to look into is fairly new and has gotten pretty popular as of recently. It is called Let Him Go, and with that name, you can realise that this is about moving on and letting go of the past. Letting go of people in your life who are no longer in it. The beginning cutscene sees a white Roblox character run up to an orange one, giving them a surprise hug. However, he pushes him to the floor. "I'm already tired of you. Leave me alone." They do not seem to like our player character. We are now in the house of Broken Spawn, the character we play as, the person that was rejected by firing. They want to take a walk. Their facial expression is sad, and they hold their chest. Broken Spawn doesn't seem to have the best mental health right now. We can interact with objects around the home. A picture of Spawn and Ring, a time where they were both happy together. His kitchen, place where he cooks, but still hasn't taught Ring to cook. A TV, where Ring and Spawn love to sit and watch shows together. Every time Spawn interacts with something, he brings up Ring. He clearly really cared for him, and something has seemed to happen that has made Ring dislike Spawn. Leaving the house, we start our walk and start to interact with things around town. As we leave, we can actually see massive billboards basically telling the player to get a job, which I find hilarious. It tells us how it is not cool to be unemployed. If we interact with the billboard, Spawn talks about how the actor on it is one of Ring's favourites. This guy's only thoughts are about Ring. He only thinks about Ring. He has not let him go yet. Getting on the trampoline, Spawn reminisces how it used to be fun playing on it, but he doesn't do it now as he is too sad. At the back of town, we can get to the commercial area and enter Barry's bar. We talk to Barry. "Good afternoon. Do you want to buy something?" Spawn keeps silent. "Did something happen to you? You don't look like yourself lately." Broken Spawn starts to break down. He doesn't feel good and wants to go home. The background music becomes distorted, and Spawn holds his mouth as he might throw up at any minute. We stumble out of Barry's bar and start to head home. Although, we start to take notice of our neighbours. Their eyes are faded and all squiggly. Could this signify how Spawn doesn't take notice of their identities, as he is too trapped in his own negative thoughts about Ring? We get home, shut the door behind us, and go to sleep to try and feel better. We also start to dream. However, this is not something happy and cheerful. No. As Spawn dreams, he finds himself in his home, but everything is grey, and he's gone from white to black. A concerning background track starts to play as well. Tears fall from Spawn's eyes. He leaves his house, and when walking down the path, we find a grey man with a hat and tie watching us. Who is he? What does he want? We can't get close to him, so we carry on. When Spawn speaks, he's no longer Broken Spawn, but his name is now Martyr Spawn. Martyr is a term to describe someone who voluntarily is killed for religious beliefs. And even though in the game it's not spelt the same, I'm guessing it is the same thing. But what could this mean? Spawn's inner voices are telling him to go to the right, so we go through the bright door that follows. "You know, we've been friends since we were kids. It's a very long time, isn't it? You were always so excited when you spent time with me." We are now in a sunset world with a path laid in front of us, leading to firing. Spawn slowly walks down the path to get to Ring. This is the only speed he can go at, so could this slow speed possibly mean that Spawn is reluctant to go up to Ring, scared of what they will say to him? We approach Ring. "But you've always been too infuriating. Come on, Spawn, accept that I've left you. Give up hope that I'll come back to you." Spawn wakes up in a hot sweat. "That nightmare was disgusting. I should take a walk after this." We leave the house as we want to take a walk to try and clear our head. Going to this play equipment, Spawn gets reminded of how they had a mental breakdown here as Ring promised that he wouldn't leave. But he did. Next to where we find Barry's bar, there's actually a Walmart here. Food stacks the shelves, and we can go to talk to Cozy at the counter. "You're scaring me. Go away." Wow, how rude of her. Just because we look sick and sad, she dismisses us straight away. Fine, we will leave then. Leaving Walmart, Spawn starts to break down again. He doesn't feel well and needs to get back home to sleep. On our way back, we see a person faced against a wall. What are they doing? There's also someone at the bus station. He is holding his arm and looks sad. Is he like us? However, Spawn is not in the mood to talk, so we go home, shut the door, and go back to sleep. I hope there won't be a nightmare this time. We enter the same dream world as before. Well, I guess nightmare world. The weird grey man is still here, and this time, Spawn's inner voice tells him to go into the pool that's in front of him. Instead of the weird platform area, we actually find ourselves in the base house world and can walk up to the front door. There's a birthday party, one dedicated to firing. "Oh, did you come anyway? Thanks. But you know, I wasn't waiting for you." Our surroundings grow dark, and the people attending the party stare at us with creepy smiles. They slowly approach. Spawn again wakes up in a hot sweat. That nightmare was disgusting. These nightmares are starting to show how because the relationship between Spawn and Ring is broken, it has affected Spawn in such a negative way that he's becoming sick, he's having dreadful nightmares. After another walk around town, Spawn starts to question himself. Why is everyone so mean to me? I feel weak. We end up going back home, shutting the door and heading back to sleep. This time, however, instead of going to the nightmare world, there is a knock at the door. Spawn, please open the door. I came to apologize. I didn't feel you'd feel so bad about it. Ring has come to our house to apologize, as he has realized how his behavior has negatively impacted Spawn. Opening the door, and Ring bursts in to hug us. That's all we needed, a hug, reassurance that we are not alone. We just needed a friend. God, I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to. I'll never leave you again. These are the words Spawn wanted to hear for so long, but life isn't always perfect. You're too naive if you think it's true. Ring snaps Spawn's neck. Luckily though, it was all another nightmare, and Spawn wakes up in a darkened version of his house. But he has become delirious, now showing a disturbed smile. He's going insane. Leaving the house, we lose control of Spawn. He walks into the road. He runs in front of a driving car, getting himself run over. Ring cries over his corpse, but it's too late now. It's my fault. I shouldn't have left you alone. Sorry. Well, sorry won't solve anything, Ring. Spawn is dead. He was sad, alone, he just needed a friend, and now it's too late. If you realised sooner, this wouldn't have happened.
Hello?
Now this isn't the only ending, as there is a secret you can find within the first dream sequence. Going to bed and wandering through the portal on the right, instead of walking all the way to Ring, we can actually fall onto a platform below. We meet the grey suit and tie man, face to face. His name is Non-Texture. You found me. That's good. Spawn, this isn't real. Just let him go. I know, it's hard, but you need to try. Well, approach him. I'll be with you. This is now a journey to let the memory of Firing go, as we now have someone in our corner, someone who actually cares for us. We confront Firing once again, waking up in our hot sweat, carrying on the day as normal. We fall back asleep and go to the next dream. Heading to the basic house world, instead of going through the front door, we head to the back of the house. Yet again, Non-Texture is here. Very good. You found me again. Good luck letting him go. You need this. The dream carries on exactly the same. Now, if we go back to sleep the next day, we again are woken up by Firing knocking on the door. Approaching, Non-Texture stops us. Don't open it! This action will have big consequences! Instead of opening the door, we talk to Non-Texture. It's okay, Spawn. We receive a hug from Non-Texture, and this time, there are no ulterior motives. This is a hug filled with love and care. Was it a nightmare? It wasn't that bad. I'm glad it's over. The picture of Spawn and Ring has gone. He has finally let him go, and the negative thoughts that held him back now disappeared. Spawn can now move on and be happy. This is what you need to do. Relieve yourself of all your negative emotions. Seek help from people that truly care. Then you will find happiness. The next game is pretty short and called Are You Okay? We stand in front of another Roblox character who asks if we are okay. Yeah. Have you been crying? No. Do you want to talk about it? No. Do you want a hug? Yeah. Again, hugs are what we need when we are sad, but this is one that seems more of an assault as he climbs us. We get control over our player and can teleport to the world I want to talk to someone. This is another hangout server that allows players to seek others so they can talk about anything that is going on in their lives that would potentially be having a negative impact on them and their mental health. On a bench, I actually found two people talking about how the girl wants to be a writer and publish a book, but scared to as she doesn't know if it will be published. I am also going to blur their names for the sake of anonymity. I mean, isn't the writing itself fun? Yeah, it is. I want to be a writer, but my dad says it's not a real job. It's just a hobby. It definitely is a real job. Don't get discouraged by what he says. The girl's dad dismisses her as a writer, saying it's not a real job and just a hobby. The way the guy reassures that it definitely is a real job is so sweet and shows that this place is definitely a great place to come to share your inner thoughts and emotions you may not want to share with the people around you in real life. The area, like I said, has benches to sit, but also has campfires and swings. Just places you can go to talk to others. It has a really chill and cozy vibe. Now, let's carry on to the next game that covers some sad topics as well, being Why Me? The game description actually has a message for players that seek this game. If you're here, just know that you're not alone. You're stronger than you might realise, and everyone deserves support and a chance to feel better. Hopefully, this little game can give you a reminder that life is worth it, even when things get hard. Entering the game, we spawn on a tight platform. The game also greets us with a simple Hey, it also starts to ask if we are okay, and that they love us. We just go from platform to platform and are told that everything is going to be okay. There's also a sun that has a sad face, the same as our player character, adding to the general theme of the game. Think about all the good things in life. We get to the end of the platform and are told to give this other character a hug, because again, when we are sad, the best and most simple thing that we need is only a hug. Thanks for the hug. I'm doing my best for you, even if it isn't much. Here, you can have this ball. The ball is red and contrasts the grey environment, a piece of colour in this monotone world. Welcome to heaven. Has our character died? Taken his life because of the depression? We enter the bright door. Wake up. You are no longer here. This is what would happen to your town and family if you are no longer here. We wake up as a ghost within a grey hellscape of the town. The character we play as has taken his own life, and we are being shown the consequences of our actions. How the people that cared for us have now been impacted due to our death. Our sister and brother are eating at the table. We then see our mother crying on the sofa with a key next to her. I miss him so much. I keep waiting for him to walk through the door, but he's never going back. I didn't even get to say goodbye. Every corner of this house reminds me of him. His laughter, his footsteps. How am I supposed to live without him? I still hear his voice, like he's calling out to me. But when I turn around, he's not there. It's like a part of me is missing, and it hurts so much. All I have left of him is his favourite teddy bear. He used to carry it everywhere. Now it's the only piece of him I can hold, but we'll never bring him back. Our death has driven our mother into a pit of despair, wishing to hold us, to hear our voice just one more time. We now use the key to leave the house. Across the street is our best friend. This stand was our little kingdom. I remember how we'd joke about our lemonade empire. Now, it just feels like a reminder of what I've lost. I can almost hear him joking about my lemonade recipe. Too much sugar, he'd laugh. I'd give anything to hear that laugh again. I keep looking at that spot where he used to stand, and it hurts. It feels like I'm waiting for him to show up, but he never will. It's so quiet. We used to fill this place with laughter and dreams. Now all I hear is silence, and it's deafening. Our friend too just wishes we were still around, to laugh with, to spend time with once again. Exploring the town, we can find a campsite, and inside the tent, we find our father. This place feels so empty without him. The last time we were here, he was right next to me, laughing about the fire crackling too loud, always finding something to joke about. He loved this camera, took it everywhere, snapping shots of things I never even noticed. Every little leaf, every cloud, he saw the world like it was all worth remembering. Coming back here, I thought I'd feel closer to him, but the silence is deafening. I keep looking around, expecting to hear his footsteps, his voice calling out about something he found, but it's just me now. He had this way of bringing everything to life. The trees, the river, the stars above us, all just pieces of the world until he captured them. Now all I've got left are the places we went and the empty spaces he left behind. Our dad is reminiscing of the time he spent with us camping. He wishes we were still around to make more memories, but now he camps alone. Leaving town, we actually use the favourite teddy that is in our inventory. When interacting with it, audio plays saying, "The rain is pretty, isn't it?" The rain is pretty, isn't it? Rain usually represents sad emotion. It can be pretty, but if someone is admiring it, they tend to be in deep thought, reflecting on their own emotions. Carrying on around the city block, we end up at the playground, where we can find our little brother. He always made me go higher. No one else could push me like he did. I kept telling him I was too scared, but he'd laugh and say, "You can fly, little dude." That was just me, and I can't even reach the sky without him. Everyone else at the park has someone with them, but no one's here for me. He was the only one who came here with me. Now, it's just me, and it's so quiet. I keep waiting, hoping he will come running up behind me, give me that big push, and make me feel like I'm flying. But he's not coming back, is he? It feels so empty now. This used to be our spot. He called it our launch pad, said I'd be an astronaut someday. They'd be there watching, but I'm here alone. There's no one to lift me off the ground anymore. I thought if I came here, I'd feel close to him again, but it just hurts. Every push, every laugh, every time he told me to be brave, it's all gone, and I don't know how to do this without him. He'd always say, "Just close your eyes and trust me, you'll be fine," and I did. I always did. But now, even if I close my eyes, there's nothing but this emptiness. I'm trying to be brave, but it's so hard without him here. Sometimes I think I hear his voice, like he's just behind me, ready to say, "One more push," but it's just the wind, and I'm still waiting for someone who's never coming back. I keep looking at other swings, hoping somehow I'll see him, like maybe he's just late, then he'll come running up with that big smile of his, but it's just me, and I don't think I'll ever see him there again. I don't know if I can keep coming here without him. This place was only fun because he was here. He made everything better, even the smallest things. Now, it just feels like a reminder that he's gone. Siblings are also impacted if you are gone. You may fight with them, but they do love you. They are young as well, so the sadness that comes with the loss of their sibling can affect them a lot more as they haven't matured enough to possibly understand. We can also enter a shop where we can find a worker. He was always my favourite customer, always had a smile, no matter what. I miss seeing him walk through that door. It's strange, isn't it? How you get used to certain people, like they're part of your day. Now, it feels so different without him. He had a way of making even the dullest days feel a little brighter. I'd always look forward to his visits, no matter how busy things got. I keep catching myself waiting for him to show up, like he used to. He always bought the same thing, every time. Funny how you remember the little details. Even people that we just pass by for a short time every day can be impacted by you leaving. You come into contact with so many people and may affect them and make their day better. So losing you may be like losing a family member. We can actually enter the basement here where we can find the key of our grandparents. They sit with sad expressions on their face as they watch TV. Flopper Cat is also here, which is so random. Oh, my sweet boy, it's so quiet without your laughter. Every corner of this house echoes with memories of you. I sit in your favourite chair and imagine you sitting across from me. I can almost hear you telling me about your day. I talk to the flowers you used to love, hoping they can carry my messages to you. I miss you so much, dear. Sometimes I forget and think you're just out playing with your friends, but then the silence reminds me you're not coming back. Every morning, I wake up hoping to see your face again. The house feels so empty without you, my boy. I sit in my workshop, and the tools feel heavy in my hands. It was so much lighter when you were here, eager to help. I remember how you used to come running to me with that big smile, excited to learn. I miss those days more than you know. Sometimes, I hear your laughter in my dreams. When I wake, it feels like a cruel joke that you're not here. We are now told to go back to our house. We can find a tree nearby that has Maxwell the cat chilling. So strange, but you know, why not? It's good to have some laughter within the sad. Before we go inside our house, we can quickly check behind the building. We find 2 police officers standing over our corpse. This is how we died. Also here, we can find a memorial for the developer's dog. Losing a pet can impact us so much as they are part of the family. I have 3 dogs of my own that I love so much. One is actually pretty old now and his back legs have given out, so this does hit hard for me. We now go back inside of the house. It was all a dream. We wake up. We go see our mum. She's happy because we are alive. Our best friend is smiling. So is our dad, our grandparents, our little brother, and the shopkeeper. This is why you shouldn't make any bad decisions against yourself. This is why you should live. The next game is called Need More Heat, and it's part of a collective of games that are at the forefront, seem fun, stupid, and just crazy. However, as they have multiple endings, a couple of them are actually pretty dark. The first ending you get by completing the game as normal. Following all the objectives, the main character wakes up and starts to skedaddle around the house. He doesn't want to go to school, so he goes to his dad to fake an illness. The dad whips out a thermometer and deems us fit and well, so denies our request. So our plan now is simple. We need to raise the temperature in the house to raise our temperature to make it seem like we are sick. We start to turn on the lights in the house, drink hot chocolate, and take a bath. Also in this bathroom, you could do something that was just too extreme that I sat for 5 minutes questioning my life decisions. Take a look. Yep. For some reason, the developer looked at his drawing board, came up with this amazing idea, and went with it. My life is ruined. Anyway, our dad still thinks we are well enough for school, even though our temperature is above 38 degrees Celsius, meaning we technically have a fever. So we put on more clothes, start closing windows, and even burn our homework. However, this is still not enough, so we go to the extremes. We commit arson, burning the forest around us. We then call a dragon to burn down our house. And even when that isn't enough, we pull the sun closer. Finally, our dad believes we are a little bit above the normal temperature, which is 8,522.7 degrees by the way, what is the average temperature of a literal star, so now we are allowed to take a day off school. I don't think that matters though, as the earth soon explodes. No school for anyone. After that surreal nightmare, you may stop playing the game. However, there are some dark secrets that I want to get into, about a broken home and the loss of a family member that drives the player character to do some sad things. When you are told to turn on the stove and every faucet with hot water, instead you could leave the house through the front door. Outside stands a woman in the street, and when approaching her, she disappears. She now stands on top of the house, close to the edge of the roof. There's a pipe that we can use to slowly climb up to find out who this person is. But again, she disappears, and in her place, a gold block spawns that we can interact with. Mother, I shall join you. That woman was the ghost of our mum, and it seems like we are about to... Wait, no! Wake up! Please, wake up! My child! Everything is grey, and it is soon discovered that we have gone back in time as our dad still now has hair. It's a Saturday, so we don't need to go to school. We go to the kitchen and see both of our parents. Our mum is here, alive. We tell them both we are ready to go play outside, and then go back to our room to turn off our lights, a contrast to what we normally do, and then put on some casual clothing. Going back to our parents, we all are now ready to go outside and play. Opening the door, we return to the present as our dad opens the door. They're not here. They finally went to school. They aren't at the bus stop either. I guess the bus must have come quickly today. How unusual. Well, it doesn't matter. I am finally alone and can go visit my wife. Let's go get the car. As the dad walks the garage, the camera pans out, revealing the main character just before he was about to jump. Huh? Oh my god! My child! Get down now! The dad screams after nothing as he still jumps, and time slows once again. As he falls, he switches to a ball that falls and bounces as we go back to the past. That transition was a very clever way to switch to what we are doing now, and that is to start to play with our parents. A fun little mini game of keeping the ball in the air and having to do it 10 times. Wow, look at this nice family fun time. I'm sure nothing bad happens. Yay, we managed to keep it up 10 times. Oh look, the ball is about to go in the road. It's okay though, our mum is going to get it. Oh dear, she fell over. But that's okay, she has plenty of time to get back up. Wait, what is that sound? This is how she died. But the question here is, as our dad has to run to try and save our mother, are we not going to fall and splat into the floor? We start to be asked if we are okay. And is she really dead? These are questions the main character is asking in the mirror. He is dissociating after his mum's tragic accident. Our dad calls the house to deliver us some terrible news. She is dead. Our mother is never coming home again. The world starts to fall apart around us, and we need to traverse it to get to the cemetery to meet our dad at our mother's newly dug grave. He is crying over her. Why did it have to end like this? As soon as our dad realizes we are here, his demeanor changes from his previous sad state to an aggressive one towards us. He has taken his grief out on us. He's gone from a loving father to a strict one, probably why he is now bold as hell. We go to our mother's grave to say goodbye. Hello, Mother. I don't know where to begin. This has taken me by surprise. I always felt like we would be a happy family, that we would talk, that we would laugh, that we'd play, forever. I used to think I could stand on my 2 feet, you know? But now it feels like the ground has been ripped out from right underneath me. The only place that feels solid is right here with you. How am I supposed to keep going? I don't even think I go back to school. What is the point when you're not here anymore? Our dad has had enough and makes us finish. The platform from beneath our character disappears and we fall to our death. Our dad now has to cry over our mother's and our own grave. His strict demeanor made us feel like we are alone, so we took our own life to see our mother once again. Going back home, our dad almost takes his own life with a fork, but doesn't go through with it. I just want them back, and this won't do it. Deep down, I feel like they forgive me. Despite everything, they still love me. They don't want me to suffer. I can still redeem myself. I can learn from my mistakes and live a fulfilling life. For them. And that is what he does. He lives 43 more years, where then he is buried next to his loving family. This is not the only ending that is sad and reveals this tragic past of the family, as again, when we need to turn on the stove and faucets, instead we go to the back of the house to spy on our father. Since we are gone, he doesn't have to hide his true emotions. He's saying things like, I just want to be alone and cry. If we focus on him through the window, he starts to talk. My child finally left for school. What was wrong with them today? They kept insisting they had to stay at home, but I really just need to spend some time alone. I cannot let them see me like this. As our father wants to spend time alone and we don't want to make him angrier, we decide to visit our mother. We grab one of her favourite flowers and head to the forest. Walking through and it feels so peaceful. There is calm music and then it starts to thunder and rain. Getting to the cemetery, we find our mother's grave. Hello mother, I have brought you a beautiful flower. It's a red flower, your favourite colour. Here, take it. We place the flower on the grave. I miss you, mother. Our dad then appears. He's angry because we are not in school. Father, I am not handling the grief very well. I miss mother too much. Going to school in this state is simply unproductive. I wanted to stay at home today, but then I overheard you talking. You seem to require some time for yourself. Since mother's demise a week ago, you've become more strict. After we say this, our father's facial expression changes. We believe he's about to shout at us. However, he starts to cry and tells us to stop calling him father. We can call him dad again. My child, I can't do this anymore. All of this time, just like you, I've been overwhelmed by grief. It all happened so quickly. I just felt like we had to move on, as if nothing had happened. I thought I had to be strong, Dad, and to not let grief get the best of me. My child, I am so sorry if I haven't been as good as a dad as you needed. I promise I'll try to make up for it. The two then share a hug. Loss and grief can change you, normally for the worst. However, you're not in it alone. There are other people suffering the same as you. You just need to share your feelings and share a warm embrace. If you ever feel sad at all, there's actually another game you can play to give you positive affirmations, to tell you that everything is going to be okay. There is at least someone out there that cares for you. It is called Oobja. We spawn in a floating crossroads with 4 coloured balls surrounding us. Pick a colour you like. I'm sorry if the one you like isn't here. As my favourite colour is red, I approach it. But I do fall. Careful, the in-game voice makes sure we watch our step, so we don't fall again. After clicking the red ball, our t-shirt changes to our favourite colour. Red. It looks nice on you. You know, I love you. I am doing my best for you, even if it isn't much. Here, the in-game voice moves one of the platforms, allowing us to cross a bridge towards the wall in the distance. If you fall, I'll catch you. You're safe here. The security the voice brings is so reassuring. You could be anything, a boy or a girl, perhaps neither. It's up to you. As I'm a man, I choose boy, but this decision is nice for the people who may not choose to have the same gender as the one they are given at birth. They are given a choice in the matter, instead of being forced, and it's accepted no matter what here, how it should be. Okay, I'll always love you no matter what you are. You're a bit grey. Are you okay with that? Since we are sad, our player character is grey. However, we can change that, and colour soon comes back to our skin. You look nice. It does get kinda lonely around here when no one is around. It is nice to meet you though. I should have said that earlier. Well, it's nice to meet you too, voice. Your name? Genesis. That's a nice name. It's nice to meet you, Genesis. I'm glad you're here, though I will say our time together might be really short. It just depends. I'm sorry if it gets a bit cold up here. As we walk this path, a ball starts to show in the distance. You can see me now. This is the source of the voice. Hey, I used to look just like you, but I changed. A lot of things change really. It's like one day you have everything you want, and then the next, life gets really hard. But it's okay. Things really do get better. I promise you. I promise. Can we hug? The voice asks for a hug, so we go over and hold it tight in our arms. Because at the end of the day, what everyone needs is a hug. And that's what these games have been showing. If you're ever sad or see that someone else doesn't seem too hard, just talk to them. Share a hug. We as humans need one another, so seek those connections. Now if you want to see another sad Roblox game, click this video. Or if you want to see a Roblox game that perfectly depicts depression, watch this one. Keep on living, have a damn good day, and bye for now.